Hello, and I would say around this time is good evening. Hi, as again, just have to upload it from the Sunday. Probably just technicality issues of uploading to YouTube. My last video was uploaded yesterday. Again, hi. Today is 2nd of April 2024. I actually had a delivery from my last week purchase from one of my good friend that coincidentally they had the banknote that I'm looking for, mm, the banknote I was looking for. So this will be a very short and should I say quick review of what I bought last week that I just received today. Yep, just received it today. Okay, sidetrack. Anything else today that are very eventful? Mm, Nothing much. It's quite a normal day. Of course, the euphoria of numismatic, about talking about banknotes, coins, is a little bit going down sidetrack right now. And then, of course, yesterday was many of the country in the world is a public holiday. It's a Holy Monday, so it's to commemorate on the Easter week. But living in Malaysia, there's no such thing as such public holiday, since it's a Muslim majority country rather than Christian majority. Other than the state of Sarawak, which they celebrate Good Friday. It's the only state in the Malaysia that has a public holiday on Good Friday. But Monday is a normal day. There is no public holiday like many Western countries like Australia, New Zealand, United States, Great Britain, if I'm not mistaken. But many majority of Catholic or Christian countries population would be holiday about a week, mostly. That'll take the time. But anyway, now end of that sidetrack. It will be this video will be very fast and quick. Probably ends just a short while since it is a busy week for me before the weekend comes. Here you go. So the note that I actually bought is coincidentally I found. Actually, I tried to cut down most of the other banknotes that is easy to get, or I could get it afterward, maybe a little bit price up. I have tried to attempt to postpone any such purchases and to readjust all my collection. There's a lot of banknotes I bought that has not been categorized in my albums. They are not properly sorted and so forth. So I think it's a good approach right now to buy certain albums, some protection sleeves, some pages to put in my currencies much more proper, and to design and also to decide my few in couple of weeks time to decide which banknote should I send for grading, and which one should I send it for a local grading, which one is worthy enough to send to PMG and so forth. Sometimes I have to make those kind of decisions. If you're living in the United States, it's very easy. It's the PGMS or Legacy or a World Banknote or the famous one, PMG, Paper Money Guarantee. So it's quite easy in the United States because they mostly will go in localized. They don't go international. Whereas for me on the other side of the world, that option leads to be open. PMG, we have to grade it in overseas. We have to send it to United States to be graded. But on the other hand, in Malaysia, we have other graders. As I have said in my last video, there's MDC. We have MDC. What the other one is? We have TGQ. Sorry, am I correct? Yeah, TMDC, which stands for money demand collection. Then we have TQG, top quality guarantee. TQG, top quality guarantee. These are the two major ones in currently in Malaysia. The local ones, grading it. They are vastly cheaper, of course. They are 4 times cheaper, I would say. I could say that in a very loudly, but whether they will fetch the price, it will not fetch as much if you compare to same note, same number it was graded, same quality it was graded, but two different companies, like one is PMG and one is MDC or TQG. But when you put it in the auction, or you put it anywhere you want to sell, PMG will come even higher premium than the MDC or TQG. So a lot of those high end, or that note is very valuable, it can fetch thousands of dollars, might as well go for PMG because it guarantees your investment. It also kind of protects your banknote. Well, every one of them protects your banknotes, whether it's local or not, and that's where the local graders comes into picture. If that banknote is very valuable, it's like, to me, some of those items that is sentimental. As I said, one of my last video, I have a coin that I graded. It's cost me only about 34 ringgit. That's probably about less than $10, I would say. It was around $8 just to grade the coin. Same standard as PMG, same standard as sorry, not PMG, same standard as the NGC. Yes, same standard as NGC of grading system and so forth. The professionalism is there. But yeah, they charge you the local price because it's cheaper. It's less than $8 US dollar, $8, but you get the same quality. But the thing is, if you're not going to think of it as an investment, you're not thinking in long term that I'm going to sell this one. It's not going to be part of my permanent collection. I'm going to sell it for profit, for investment. Then probably you will go for PMG for safer side. If you don't think about those things, you think about it like it's a, how do I say, a novelty. It's like a family heirloom and so forth. One good example I have done also out of currency is this one. I graded this stamp MH 64 out of 70 by MDC. Again, I paid this only for about $10 US dollar or less, because this is a slightly bigger, so they charge a little bit higher, probably around 40 or 50 ringgit. I'm not too sure, but the range in the ballpark still is about 10 ringgit. Yeah, this one is considered 1942 Japanese occupation of Malaya, J286C, small second character. This is one of those rare stamp notes. That's why I actually got it for a very good price. I only paid a very good price for this one. I forgot how much it was, but it was a novelty that I could sacrifice about two meals a day just to get this. So pretty much it's a good investment, I would say. What he's trying to say is this one is small second character. It's just that the Japanese character is a Great Japan Empire. Now the Great Japanese Empire is written here in Japanese character or kanji, but literally it is still readable for the Chinese characters since the Japanese borrowed it. What it's trying to say is this character, you see the big and nip, or you say day, these characters, they're equally same size. But then when you come to the second one, the big actually looks bigger than the second character. It's vice versa, same thing here. The big is bigger than this one. That is why it's called the small second character, because the second character here is smaller, and large. or I say equal size, and it goes throughout the whole row columns like this. Same thing. So whether it's an error, maybe not, but definitely this is unique, as is written here, small second character. This is, to me, I'm not a stamp collector, but know that this is quite valuable in asset. That's where I decided to encapsulate this, not for investment, just for my personal. Probably I would give away when my niece or my family members' birthday. I probably would, if they appreciate stamps, of course, then they're worthy to have this one. Yep. So we'll see, or it will still be remain with me for a while, and then just sell it to people for same price. Not looking for profit anyway. That is one of the reasons why I grade it locally. Is novelty or something that is very personal that I received, like that I received from my grandparents. Is a novelty. I wouldn't sell it. It was given by them before they pass away, and so forth. So yeah, I kept it. So that's one of those good, for me personally, that's how I actually judge whether should I grade it in local graders or send it for overseas graders. Most of it, like overseas grade, I probably, for good examples, that I might decide to do it. Hold on, let me check out. Like good example, like good example, something like this, if I would say. Something local ones, like probably like this. 10 ringgit. This one is a color print error. The Rafflesia flower, the world's largest flower. This is not supposed to be black dark color. It's supposed to be orange color, a light bright color, not black color. And also our figure of the first king of Malaysia. I would just easily say for international purposes, but technically in Malaysia we call him Agong or Yang Dipertua Agong as an official title, like His Majesty the King or His Majesty the Queen in UK. But for international people who doesn't know what the meaning of Agong means, Agong is August, the Great. Same thing as like literally like in the Roman Emperor Augustus. Anybody with Augustus title is considered is the Great. So Agong literally translates as August or Augustus, the August person. Yeah. But anyway, technically he is the King of Malaysia, the first King of Malaysia. Now the arrow color is here. It's supposed to be red, and halfway it passed, the red stopped printing. It becomes black. This is actually so-called a color technical error. But the thing is, people will say technical color like this should be very expensive, or I should go for PMG. Wait, if you do your research, this banknote was issued widely across Malaysia, so everybody has the piece of this, actually should have this, but in a very poor conditions, like probably folded and so forth. Is like graded extremely fine at best. But I managed to find this one in an uncirculated condition. So knowing that this note is valuable, that brings up that value, yes, I would keep this and decide to grade. Now the part is whether I grade it in the MDC or local grader or PMG or PCGS in overseas in the United States, which costs money to send it over there, and you're paying American graders, so you're paying American price, which is extremely expensive. Is it worth it? One of the ways to check, if for those who are thinking to grade, one of my own personal opinion is it depends. Do you want to invest this and then later sell it? If you're thinking of that, think about the prospect of this note in the future by referencing the previous projections. This note has been issued for a very long time, to be honest, and I bought it only for about 200 ringgit. sorry, 120 ringgit. So it just gone up only 11 folds of its face value. That's 110% increase of from its face value price. That is like 5 years or so, and then probably projection in another 5 or 10 years, it might go up to 3 or 400. Does it? So knowing that projection is going to go there, now you're paying to grade in PMG. You have to pay about of nearly a sum of 120 to 130 ringgit, because you're paying in US dollar about conversion it. So it's more than the value of the market. So that is one of the reasons that ticks me off. Nah, I shouldn't send it to PMG. So, but I still think that this note has potential, and then you want to encapsulate so it won't get damaged any further or being abused by anyone. You want to encapsulate it, just like what I just said about on the stamp one, just a novelty, just to encapsulate it. Then you go to local ones. They're worth it. Since the value of this one currently 110, I bought it 110. I graded for 30, around 34 ringgit. Then it serves its purpose. If that's how my tick box is going to go through. Another one is this one, Malaysia's first polymer banknote. It's a commemorative banknote. It's legal tender, as it is written. As they say, it is a valid money, but nobody use it because many of the shops might consider that this is not a real money. But this is actually our first polymer in commemoration of celebrating our first Commonwealth game in 1998. So it is limited, but the price since 1998 from its face value of 50 ringgit currently is worth about 250 ringgit. That doesn't sound much, to be honest. So how does it go from there? Whether should I go for PMG or send it to America, or should I grade it in locally? Because of since it was introduced from face value 50 ringgit and the price has grown only to 250 ringgit, that's only about 6 folds, I would say 5 or 6 folds if I'm not mistaken, from its original face value. Since 1998, bear in mind, since 1998, it is a very slow growth, very slow progress of growth. One reason is because not many people are interested in buying this specific banknote. Nobody is interested in buying it, and it's stagnant in the price. Basically, this banknote has been stagnant in price. So should I send it to PMG? No. Again, because of the price since 1998 it's grown only about 5 to 6 fold. Not a big wonder on there. I wouldn't send it to overseas. Instead, I just send it to PMG and grade it in probably by TQG or MDC. So that's how I make my determination. Now, what makes me determined to send it back overseas? What notes that should be qualified to send to PMG or PCGS in my view? Now, one for example I could say is, I have 3 examples that I'm considering. One is this one. This is a Japanese occupation banknote. It's a military money for Indochina. Now, the original one with the block number only and the serial number, and a non-block number and the serial number one with the same 10 yen like this, was issued officially for in a military occupation in Hong Kong usage. But in Indochina, they use the same. The only difference, the differentiation between Hong Kong occupation and Indochina occupation currency by the Japanese invaders, I would say, or colonizers, or blah blah blah, you might want to say it anyway, it's very controversial there, is this. This is a Japanese character, not 3. This is Japanese character called Ro. Ro 1, Ro 2, Ro 3. It's not 31. This character will indicate this banknote is used and originating for the purpose in Indochina. Indochina is composed of today's countries of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia or Kampuchea. So this note, I found this from a good old man who is having a garage sale and he has a lot of those Japanese Malaya banknotes from those old days, and a lot of people do know those Japanese banknote. We call that banana money because the motifs are bananas. There's a lot banana trees actually. Oh, sorry, the banana plants. Some people don't say trees, but you can see the bananas growing there, and then on the picture there, if you want to have a look, just type Japanese Malaya banknote, then it'll pop out all those $10. The most common one is like $10, $1, and $5. Those are the common one. Because of hyperinflation, they just keep printing it, so virtually it's a toilet paper. In the end, it became toilet paper when the Japanese lost the Second World War. And before even losing the Second World War, it's already in hyperinflation, it's already in a toilet paper stage. So those banknotes, you can get it for less than $1. Even in Malaysia, you can get it for less than 50 cent USD. It's that damn cheap. You can get it for 2 ringgit, 3 ringgit, even at a good pristine condition. Now this one, among all those banana money, he actually has one of these in his piles. The condition, I would say, not gem uncirculated. It wouldn't be uncirculated. There's a fault line. There's a couple of fault lines here and there, but the condition of it looks pristine. Edges, the corners are quite sharp. Majority are actually bent. This is already damaged. It's been folded. Nearly lose a piece here, but virtually the corners are quite nice, and the inside print area, they are all intact. The prints are all intact, as you can see here. See, this is a crack line here. This is the major fault of the banknote, and there's another crease here, there's another fold here, there's another fold here, and there's a stain mark here, stain mark here, there's a stain mark. So I actually popped my eye. I said, oh my god, I thought this one, before I see this part here where I close this one, I just saw this Hong Kong. Again, even the Hong Kong one is just cost about at most at $5 or $8. That's roughly about 20 ringgit, 25 ringgit range of this. Then when I saw this Japanese character here, I like, oh my god, it's one of those freaking rare notes. It's the Indochina Japanese occupation banknote, and 10 yen. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was excited. I quickly snagged this and told the old man having a garage sale, say, how much would you sell this? He did tell me that, oh, only one? Why don't you pick up some more? I sell you 10 for 100. I sell you 10 for 100. I like, believe me, they're all banana money. I have plenty of those from my grandparents already, so I don't need it because it's going to be toilet paper to me. It's not feasible for me to buy and sell. That was notes to other people. Probably I'll just give it for the gifts, but a lot of people would actually know banana money during the Japanese invasion is very toilet paper. Every no in Malaysia knows that. But this, I could not run, so I told him, you know what, you keep those for other people to sell. I buy 100 ringgit for this one. I'll just get this one. The rest you can give to other people and sell it to other people, and I'll just still pay you 100 ringgit. It was an old man. I don't want to swindle him or bargain him too hard on him. He needs the money anyway. It's very rare in Malaysia to do garage sale, unless they're really desperate to need of money. So I didn't want to bargain it because that's how we know in Malaysia is. When you know people are doing garage sale, they are desperate for money. Okay, they're not cleaning out their garage. They're not cleaning out their storeroom, as we would say here. If they want to clear it, they'll just take it out and throw it outside. Most of it, people in Malaysia do that. But when they need desperate moment, they will sell their home possessions, what they had in their storeroom. So I had that pity on him and his old guy. So I bought it from him, and so for 100 ringgit. Little do I know, this note in a fine condition, I would just put it as fine condition. It could be extremely it could be very fine to extreme fine. I don't know. I think extreme very fine would be the best grade on this one rather than extremely fine due to its stain and number of folds. But yeah, in the catalog book, the Japanese one, they catalog this as 100,000 yen. That's literally in ringgit cents for fine grade, 3,300 ringgit. I got this for 100 ringgit, and the price of the market is 3,300 ringgit. And that was the old price tag. Probably today is 3,400 or 3,500. I do not know whether anybody has sell this huge quantity out in the world market that would define the price whether it goes up or down. Currently, I see eBay. There are only two sellers selling this type of banknotes in eBay. One is selling it a very good condition. One, a quite good condition, is selling around say 10,000 to 12,000 ringgit. If I'm not mistaken, I'll just correctly say 10,000 ringgit. 10,000 ringgit. They're selling at 10,000 ringgit, and the other one is selling for around 8,000 ringgit for roughly around extremely fine. So for fine condition, you can sell it 3,300 ringgit. So from 100 ringgit, it becomes 3,300 ringgit. That's a huge jump. Now, back to the original question. Which one should I grade? PMG or local graders? So eventually, you know this one you bought is extremely rare type of banknotes. Very rare. And probably, and in the eyes of the world, the value of it is staggering at $1,000. $1,000 and above. Okay, minimum is $1,000 if the market goes well. For such condition as fine. If it's graded to very fine, it can jump from 1,000 to 2,000, or at least 1,800, and that it becomes a different ballpark game anymore. Anymore, it will be even greater. So easy answer is this kind of banknote, you grade it for, better send it to PMG. Let them grade it. At least when you want to invest this and you desperately need to have to sell it, at least you know it is in PMG, and PMG is world recognized. Any pawn shop, if it's graded by PMG or PCGS, they will recognize it. Okay, they recognize it and they accept it. They do not need to verify any further because it's already verified. They can just go to the web page and check from the web page and the catalog whether this exists or exactly the same as it was graded. So it's a no-brainer. I send this to PMG because it is with high value. That's it. It's price and its rarity. I only see this one seller in Malaysia actually have this one, and he also had the 5 yen, the 5 yen the raw one. Okay, he had the $5. The $5 is even rarer. Is much more expensive than the 10 one. The 10 was more common. Another note example that you to send it to probably to overseas or PMG is this one, Bank of China, $5. If I don't say 5 cent or 5 fen. Bank of China, Harbin. If I'm not mistaken, this is just where's the year? I would say I forgot the year. It's 1914, if I'm not mistaken. Those early days of the Republic of China, when they're organizing to become to establish a centralized government. So this is one of those notes you can think about. This note worth uncannily about, also again, a ballpark of 3,000 to 4,000 ringgit. Even in this condition, it's around 3,000 to 4,000 ringgit. So when you know the value of the note is very high, very valuable, even in a very poor state of condition, I would say this is fine or very fine. I won't say extremely fine for this case, and it's worth thousands of dollars or and beyond that, then the decision becomes very easy. And a few ways you can say is it a lot of money? Yes, this note has a lot of money. I bought it actually below the market value, more than 50% of the market value. I got this one on less than that, actually, through a bit auction house. I got way less than this of the market value. Probably sheer luck at that time when the auction was online. It was a sheer luck. This note, actually, I make a huge profit from it. For such a condition, I can make a huge profit, actually. So, is it valuable? Yes. Is it expensive? Yes, it is. Is it worth to keep it? Yes. So, to me, a decision is quite easy. Should send it to PMG to grade it rather than local one. So that is one way you can tell. Another good example probably is this one. My favorite note, one of my top 10 favorite note, is the educational series. Virtually I cannot find it in Malaysia. Anyone selling this in Malaysia? I find that in Malaysia they have a lot of those $1 silver certificate, those that the smaller size, but nothing older than this one, like this, the big bills, the bigger types of paper, So again, I found this from a friend in the States. I got it from him. He didn't know how much it cost. Again, I was very lucky that he charged me very, very cheap. He didn't understand about currency, so he just sell it for fun to me. Yeah, I got it. I won't disclose how much I got it on this one, but I got it quite gently from my friend. Who went to the auction house himself, actually. Probably that's where he got it from me. Anyway, I bought it from him. Won't disclose how much it is, but I know this is quite expensive. Looking how the people are dealing it in America, just looking at America, for American note like this, the educational series, one of the most popular banknote series of all time, they're hovering at the price of $300 to $400 and above. And knowing that for the past few months or years, this has a high frequency trade. It keeps going up and up, the price. I would say that it is very stable. If it is stagnant or goes down, it won't go down to rock bottom. So a lot of the US bill currency notes, the old ones, they're quite stable. It's literally like a US dollar, safe and reliable, where you invest your money in. So even the older currency that is no longer in use, they hold those assets very high. If you get a better condition, this one can be selling around $1,000 or $2,000. This one probably, I would say, I'll be frankly, probably $500 to $600. But I got it way cheaper than this one. I was very lucky to get this one. Probably in Malaysia, no one is selling this note. If they are, I would like to see the condition, and I would like to see he or she willing to sell this notes, because this is kind of notes that I would keep myself one, and I would sell. I would upgrade it intentionally. I would like to upgrade the condition. I buy a new one and then I sell this one. Now to sell this one, to assure the price is there, the value is there, is I need to grade it. Who do I send to grade this one? The price is high. It's a US dollar, so the fluctuality is very low. It's very safe for investment. Majority of the people are buying this for investment. They buy now, sell it high in the future. So whether do it the local one or PMG, I will go for PMG for this one. I'm thinking to go to PMG for this one rather than a local one. A local one, tend to say I would send those that are very cheap or under the face value price. They won't grow as much as these ones. Then I will send them to the local ones. Those that is a high-end price, like this kind of notes, They are virtually thousands of ringgit or thousands of dollars, I might say that. Or this one is more than 100,000 yen. For me, in my mind, I think it should be best to send to PMG or PCGS. And that's how I decide. So, a little education for everyone, and also a little education for myself and my future myself. And then recently, from the last video, I did say that there is a inspirational introduction of trading card. I also do have some few trading cards of my own. Well, this is not Pokemon. I didn't take out my Pokemon. Is in my album, but this is the one that I have taken out. I don't have much. This is Magic the Gathering. I have the Invocation Special Series. This two. Snap. If I'm not mistaken, this is called Snapcaster Mage and Liana of the Veil. When it comes out, I got this one when I played Magic the Gathering when I was a university student in Melbourne, and at that time I bought a booster pack and I got Liana of the Veil. So, and they have money. I mean, they're worth something. And knowing that now, I have not played Magic Gathering for a very long time because I don't have the time and so forth, and I was not so updated to the current event of trading cards. I just keep them like a collection, and I still love them. And now hearing that I can send them for grading for as an investment, yeah, pretty much is investment. I could sell them if I desperately need additional funds, and so yeah, I was thinking of sending this to grading. Now we have the graders to do this trading card. Now it's available in Malaysia. Other than that, I want to grade probably stamps, and probably I will grade this one. I actually got two of these, so I just keep one for myself and one for investment. Now that's right. If I got two, yes, I'm willing to sell it or give away as a gift. So this is a 10 US dollar or 10 Disney dollar, converted equal parity to 1 Disney dollar to 1 US dollar. This is for the year 19, not mistaken. This is a celebration of the 25th Walt Disney World. It's one of those rare ones, I would say. Because I look at eBay, the one that sells $10 Simba, and the only Simba in $10, I would say, is quite expensive, ridiculously expensive. I don't know whether it's true or not. It's ridiculously it's expensive in eBay. Some are selling it freaking at $300, $400, and it's graded if it's in a range of the uncirculated or gem uncirculated. It's freaking selling $1,000 in eBay. It's selling at that high price. You know, I mean, $800. I didn't. Sorry, I made a correction. I didn't see $1,000 US, but probably I say $600 US dollar to $800 US dollar if it's graded above 65 and above. Yeah, they're selling at $600 to $800 US dollars. And I just got this one. Honestly, I can disclose this how much I bought this one. I got it just for a mere 30 euros. 30 euros, 150 ringgit. That's pretty much done cheap, to be honest, because they have no longer production of this, and their quantity is actually very, very little. And this is one of the first series AA blocks. Yeah, if I got it for 150 ringgit, what makes it think that this can be sold at 800 US dollars? The conditions are good. It's uncirculated. There's no fold. There's no crease. There's no dirt. There's no stain. It's pretty nice. Pretty and darn nice. So maybe this one will go to PMG, right? I mean, it's US. It looks like US dollar. Basically, it's from USA. Oh, it should be graded in a Legacy or PGSC or PMG. I'm just thinking about it because I got this for a very cheap price. Is it justifiable for me to send another grading for almost 130 US dollar to pay this to grade, whereas currently I bought it for 150 ringgit? question that arise: is it worth the value of what you bought? So those are the questions that I have to ask myself, and I have to check all my banknotes whether they have that significant value or not, or this has significant value or not. Okay. Well, I spent nearly 1 hour talking about this, which is very great for me. I feel very energized to tell about how to decide to, my opinion, how do we decide to send it to what kind of graders you want, local graders or overseas graders. But back to the regional one, what I today need to record myself is I bought this note last week, and today it arrived. This is the 10,000 yen Japanese note. I think this is the E or D series, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check my catalogs. Yeah, let me check my catalog. This is considered the D series. And what's so unique about this? It's one of the early one, because the engravers here is Okurasho. This is the label. Actually, one in the D series, they actually have 3 different. They changed 3 times. This is the first one. The second one is Zaimusho, and then the third one is the national printers, the national printing. So Okurasho, Zaimusho, and the national printing. This is the first one, which is Okurasho. Then they changed to Zaimusho, and then the national printing. This one is quite hard to get, to be honest. Currently, if you want looking for this in the ATM machines, or in even in Japan itself, you won't find this series, because the purpose they changed this one to the D series is because they found out there's a lot of counterfeits. The Japanese nature is like this. If anybody have established or accomplished to counterfeit the note, the Bank of Japan start to react very quickly, especially the government. The Ministry of Finance, they start to react very quickly. They say, oh my god, we found one counterfeit. Damn, we need to change our currency quickly. And they redesigned the banknote. And looking at it, they have not redesigned the banknote for more than 20 years since this kind of series was established, the E series. Since then, it's 20 years. So they actually put a lot of effort in their quality, the papers, the ink, the security features, so that they will be very difficult to counterfeit Japanese yen. And now they actually found out the E series, somebody has already accomplished in counterfeit the E series, especially the 10,000 yen E series. A couple of years back, they decided time to redesign their notes, and surprise, they already start printing last year. They put it in reserve now and started to coordinate to distribute across the whole entire Japan, the commercial banks, to distribute new banknotes starting in 2024 July this year. So I am anticipating to try to get the first prefix, which is the AA prefix. Now the good thing about this new series, they no longer have this hesitation for me, this kind of frustration. Single prefix like this K, and then a double prefix like KA or KB or KC, double prefix and single prefix, they no longer exist in the new one. They will start at double prefix and double prefix at the back. So they're no longer using what they have been using. They will issue the first wave of the new banknote at 1 character. Once they maximize to Z, then they will go to AA to a double prefix, so that they can continue to print without changing anything. After they maximize it, those double prefix, they change the color of the prefix back to 1 prefix, which happens to this note. This note has been established in 1980 until 2000 or 2001. Then the E series comes out. So it took them more than 10 years on that position to for this note to continue printing. So those days they had this print in matter issues. So these are one of the first one. I could say this note one day was printed and circulated in Japan for the first time, probably in early 1990s, before the Japan faces the economic bubble burst. These are the notes they were used in 1989, 1990, 1991. These notes were circulated across Japan. And I mean, if the note can tell you it went through its journey, this note has gone through that. In 1989, 1990, 1991, he was traveling across and it ended up here. Currently, in now year 2024, it is here in Japan, and now it is here in Malaysia, out of Japan, and now it has come into my hand as a banknote collection. No longer used as a transaction by banks or buying stuff, but in the hands as a item of antique. These notes are one of the very difficult to find, I would say. A single prefix, but I am still looking for a double prefix, black, and a single prefix, brown color. Yeah, that's how it is in Japan those days when they do prefix as a way to differentiate colors, using those prefix and colors. But the new one coming out this year at July do not have that issue. Probably they might, if there's no counterfeiters achieved in a short span of time to counterfeit it, the new one, probably they won't change color. Sorry, if it doesn't achieve, means probably they will change a new color from black to brown or blue or green. We will not know what is going to be happening in the future on that part. So yeah, got this one below the face value of the Japanese yen. Gracefully, I think it is, to me, is a good deal. I wouldn't say fair or unfair. I would say it's a very good deal, since the seller is willing to sell it at less than 300 ringgit, whereas the current market face value of this is 320 or 330 ringgit for 10,000 yen. If you go to the money exchange exchanger shops or the bank's foreign exchange, they are selling at 10,000 yen for 330 ringgit. The seller for this one, the dealer, actually is offering me around 280 ringgit, so plus 10 ringgit for shipping costs, so I would say 290 ringgit, and still not yet burst to 300. Probably is a good deal. Probably they got this one, he or she got this one on the older times. Maybe they kept it very long, because in the long time ago, probably about, you might say, 5 or 6 years ago, yen was actually very cheap. It was hovering 10,000 yen to against ringgit, Malaysia ringgit, at 280 to 290 ringgit. Actually, probably they got this note on that time as in the face value, on the market value, and today we see inflation, the weaker ringgit, the yen rose a bit against us, become 330, but they are not trying to swindle me and so forth. So I was thinking probably that is the case. They're just selling this note. Probably they have a lot, or they kept a few of them in their shops or in their possessions. But I'm very grateful that they have this one. Among all the 10,000 they're actually selling, they got this one for a single prefix. It's black color one, which is the very first one banknote they issue out. Is this one. Once they completed the black one, it becomes brown series. Then after brown, they changed to a new one, to a E series. So yeah, got this one. It's black, single prefix, added into my collection today. Additional collection to it. I don't mind the condition is that poor. It's probably fine to very fine. Again, Japanese paper, they are quite solid. They're not very flexible. So once you fold, you see a very vividly visible line there, and you cannot get rid of it by ironing it and so forth. No, you can't do that for a Japanese cream paper, I would say. This traditional washi paper the Japanese use, you can't do that. And the paper is very different. So yeah, lucky, yes, happy, very happy, because I'm able to take one of this out from my collection book, which I had done it. As I said, these are the newer ones. They're coming out in July this year. There's 10,000 yen. I think I've already explained. Here we are. As you can see, there are. This is this series, this printing, Okurasho. This is Zaimusho, the second one, and this is the current one, the national printing. This is the currently even an E series. This is a D series. This is D series. The E series, the all printers is this one. So the D series has a lot of items or variation I need to collect if you are focusing on Japanese yen. So I already got the Okurasho brown color, double prefix, not a single one. But the black one, I have the double prefix and a single prefix already. By adding this one, I've already completed the black one for Okurasho. The brown one, I'm missing a single prefix. For the Zaimusho, I'm missing the 2 prefix. Now, when they change the bank's, the printer's name, they won't issue a single prefix. It will straight away jump to a second prefix in 2001, and then to the national printing in 2003, and to a 2 prefix. There's no single prefix. That's what I found out. And from 2001 to 2000 is a very short span. So Zaimusho is much rarer to find. The black one first issued in 1984, and it's single prefix. So this note actually issued mid 1980s and is now in my hand in 2024. Can you imagine the journey of this banknote has traveled, has not returned to the banks to be destroyed? Normally the Japanese notes, when they are too damaged or so forth, the commercial bank collected it, like any banks in the world. They collect it and send it back to the national bank or the government bank to be destroyed. So from that point of his journey up to here in 2024, that's like nearly 40 years of lifespan of this note finally end up in my hand. And finally, I'm happy I have collected it. I can make this as a tick already. Just left 1, 2, 3 more variation to complete my set for this D series 10,000 yen. Whereas the other one, the 5,000 one, which is currently eBay, is freaking expensive. It's one of the least circulated notes in overseas, so it's very difficult. In locals, they probably use a lot of 5,000 yen very frequently, and they are much more vulnerable to be collected by the commercial bank and to be burned by the Bank of Japan for it has past its usefulness. So for uncirculated notes, those are very difficult. I've completed all of it here. I have the national printing one, I have the Zaimusho, but the Okurasho, I have the single prefix and the double prefix for the brown one, but not the black one. I'm missing the black one for 1 prefix and 2 prefix. That's the one I'm looking for right now for this series. So that is all for today and tonight. I would say we already passed almost near to an hour on this. It was supposed to be a very short one, just only talking about this, but I did talk about grading as an add up for my discussion for everyone, for myself. Again, this video is for my own personal recordings of my journey and collection, and to know that what I had bought on that day and how much I bought, so that it gives me a reference on the future. And I use YouTube cloud, I would say, as a place to keep my video recordings for free of space. But anyway, if it's destroyed or what, little do I care. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm just doing all this to share to the world, although it's my private archive of logs, but I do share my experience and my journey and collection to the world. If you have questions or like to comment or further to let me know anything or correction on my part, if I have taken mistakes, I will apologize first, but I do love to know more if I make a mistake. So knowledge is power and knowledge is caring. So do hope you give me some good comments, not just a good one, probably a constructive one, so that we can learn more in this collection community. and do subscribe if you want to further watch my other future clips or archived notes. And yeah, give me a subscribe and like if you want to. So for now, that's all for tonight or today. Thank you very much. I'll see you then next time. Thank you.